time for another Let Me Fix That For You. This drink requires a trip to the liquor store that I am happy to make because it is to get Montenegro. Montenegro is delicious and I was looking for an excuse to restock it, so this is my excuse. I'll probably do another video just about Montenegro, but for now just suffice it to say that it's delicious and I'm happy to have it. Today's drink comes from Dashel Ward. Thank you, Dashel, for sending that in. It's called the Parliamentarian, and it is a riff on the Paper Plane. If you don't know, the Paper Plane is a modern classic by Sam Ross. It is equal parts Aperol, Amaro, Nonino, lemon, and bourbon. It's one of those 4 equal parts format drinks that are really easy to riff on. You just swap out 1 or 2 of the elements, and you can get a new drink pretty quickly, like the last word or the division bell. There's a lot of variants out there. Now the Parliamentarian is going to use Bruto Americano instead of Aperol. It's going to use Montenegro instead of Amaro Nonino. Still has the lemon, and then it'll have rye instead of bourbon. And the Parliamentarian will have 2 bar spoons of Fernet to finish off the drink, floated on top. Now, at first blush, this seems like it's going to be a lot more bitter than the Paper Plane. So I just thought it'd be fun just to do a little side-by-side taste test of our substitutions and see what we think. So first up is Nonino versus Montenegro. We'll try the Nonino first. It's kind of like a very orange aroma. A caramel, sort of a pretty sweet, bit of bitterness, like a burnt caramel maybe, like a burnt orange maybe. Montenegro smells a lot like rose petals to me. It's got a very flowery, very perfumey aroma, and a very perfumey flavor. It's really different than most other Amaros. It's similarly sweet, maybe a little less bitter, or slightly differently bitter maybe. I don't find it to be super bitter. All right, next up is Aperol and Bruto Americano. Aperol, a classic, a bit lighter than Bruto Americano. It's got a very sort of grapefruit, citrusy aroma. Yeah, very light. Aperol's only 11% alcohol. Bruto Americano's 24. It's a little bit hotter. Oh, it smells way more bitter already. Oh, and Bruto Americano, if you don't know, it comes from Alameda, from St. George Distillery. They make a lot of really good liqueurs and whiskey, and I think my absinthe comes from there too, so that's a good spot. Yeah. Oh, just way heavier, just way more bitter. It's Campari, more like a Campari, but like sort of beyond Campari even. Whoa, yeah, it's a lot more intense. So this Parliamentarian seems like it's going to be quite a bit more bitter, but that's not necessarily bad. But I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mix one up. Maybe we'll do a Paper Plane as well, just to give them a side-by-side, and we'll take it from there.
Oh, that tiger, 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 oh, that tiger.
Success. I think I'll try the Parliamentarian first, because that's why we're here, really. You get the aroma of the Fernet immediately. Fernet's got a very distinctive kind of menthol odor. It's very dry. You don't get a lot of the lemon flavor. But I mean, it's nice. I think it's maybe a little overpowered by the Fernet. Let me just compare it to a paper plane. Paper plane is a little more balanced. It's got, you really get that Nonino comes through really well. And the sort of orange and grapefruit combo of the Aperol is really nice. It's a little brighter, it's a little more obviously citrusy. All right, back to the Parliamentarian. I think it's too much Fernet. The Bruto Americano, I think it's got a similar sort of bitterness, which is weird. I'm getting a little too much of that menthol from the Fernet. I think it's overpowering some of the other flavors that are in here. I have an idea that might help. I think the first thing we're gonna do is just put 1 bar spoon of Fernet on top, because I think it's a little too much. And I think we'll turn down the Bruto Americano just to decrease the dryness, overall bitterness of this. I think I might also throw in a little orange liqueur just to bring back some of that citrusy sweetness that's missing. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so I turned down the Bruto Americano. I put in a ½ ounce. I added a ¼ ounce of orange liqueur, Pure Ferrand Dry Curaçao, and I cut back the Fernet just a bit, just sort of a light bar spoon. It's definitely less powerful. Oh. Oh yeah, that's a lot brighter. You get more of the lemon comes through, and weirdly, I think actually some of the Montenegro comes through better. I'm getting more of that sort of rose petally, a little bit of that perfumey quality that was missing from this previous version. Let me just go back to this previous version. Yeah. Yeah. Too much Fernet. Too dry. My newer version, I think the balance is better. Yeah, and you can detect that Montenegro. Now, if you prefer something bitter, you can of course tweak how much Fernet you're putting in. You can up and down the orange liqueur levels to Bruto Americano ratio. That's up to you. I'll leave that up to you as an exercise, Dashel. But thanks for sending it in. All right, I think I did it. I think I fixed it for you, Dashel. I think my version is a little more balanced, a little sweeter, a little less overpowering with the Fernet. Thanks for sending it in. If you've got one you'd like me to fix up for you, put it down in the comments. I've got a number lined up, so if you've already sent one in, it might take me a little while to get to it, but don't worry, I'm gonna try and get to them in the order they came in, so just be patient. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Classic paper plane. It's very grapefruity. I'd really kind of forgotten how grapefruity these taste. Parliamentarian V1. Whoa. I smell the Fernet.
Right.
Really strongly smell the Fernet. It's really, really bitter.
It's dry, right?
But like, you know how sometimes I say like Amaro Sibylla tastes like cockroaches? This has that cockroachy bitterness to me.
You want to clean your palate
Better
again?
clean my palate. All right. Parliamentarian V2. Oh. Ooh, that's nice. It has a honey flavor. Why? Why does it have a honey flavor?
The Montenegro has a very flowery thing.
Yes.
That's what I noticed with the Montenegro coming through a lot better.
Yes. Tastes like flowers. Well, that's a nice drink, and it's different than the paper plane. Okay. My first impression was floral, flowery, honey flavors, but as I'm drinking it, I'm getting more of the bitterness, the Bruto, the Fernet. It's there. Nice job.
Thanks.
I think he fixed it.